Good morning, everyone. Creator Mom here. So this morning I was listening to that Tom Jones, excuse me, that Tom Jones song. She's a Lady. It's a really good song. I love 70s music. But anyways, I just felt really inspired to listen to this song with my headphones on, and I'm just jamming. I'm like, yeah. And it was interesting the actual thoughts that this song was bringing up for me. And it just was like, I think it was bringing up this belief in me that I'm not a chosen one when it comes to like men, but not now in my adulthood, really. But it brought me back to high school. And, it just, I guess, feeling like not chosen in that time in my life. Because the high school I went to, probably like everyone else's high school, there were other girls that just dressed better. They dressed more grown, and not necessarily provocative or anything like or showing skin, but they dressed like they had heels on. They had these really nice designer jeans and really nice shirts and stuff like that, and just jewelry, like just very put together ladies, girls. So for some odd reason, this song brought me right back into that moment. And it was so weird. And it was just like, yeah, you're not a chosen one. Like, you're not that lady, that that other guys would look at like that, like how this song is saying. And I was just looking at this belief and I'm like, wow, this is so interesting, that it would take me back to this moment. There was probably something in my self-perception developed at that very point in time and stage of my life. And it just made me think about how unfair it is that so much of our self-perception is developed in those crucial growing years. And it's just like, man, it's not fair. It's not fair because our brains aren't fully developed yet. You know what I mean? Like, how can we possibly develop who we are when we don't even like know anything yet? We're like, our brains aren't fully developed and we're making these concrete assumptions about who we are that stick with us for the rest of our freaking life. And then we suffer because we don't even realize that we're operating from these false assumptions that we created as children and teenagers. And then it's just like, and then things happen to you as children and teenagers. And you make assumptions about those things and you don't even realize you're making these and developing these assumptions about yourself and these traumatic events, if that's what it was or whatever, You don't even, it's all happening like at this subconscious inner level. I guess you're just, like I said, developing these assumptions that kind of like harden into fact as you like get older, because you don't realize like, oh, holy crap, I've been operating off this belief that I developed when I was in high school or when I was 6 years old or 5 years old, And I don't know. Basically, I think it's unfair, but they say life is unfair, right? That's what they say when you're growing up. When you're a kid, you're like, that's not fair. They're like, well, life is unfair, right? Nah, that's not how I truly feel about life. I love life. I love my life. I'm happy to be alive. Um, I love my life, honestly. But I just think that it's, tough to have to go back and, kind of deal with some of these misconceptions about who I am. And, as they come to the surface and change it. Right? And like Deborah Allen says, repent from it. And say, no, that's not who I want to be. That's not how I want to see myself. And, I was given that impression in high school, and I developed that meaning from my environment. But I I developed the wrong meaning, I didn't develop the meaning that suited me. I developed a meaning that didn't suit me, didn't serve me, which is not good. I want all the meaning to serve me. I want life to serve me. You know what I mean? Like, if my thoughts and my beliefs and my perceptions can freaking hinder me and hurt me, or they can serve me, I'm going to choose that I want them to serve me. I deserve it. You deserve it. We deserve it. Why not? We only have so much time. We only have so much time left. And now that I'm almost 40, which is probably young to some use and probably maybe old, I don't know who watches my channel or whatever, but it's just like, yes, I'm going to be 40 soon. And it's just like, I'm starting to think in those terms, like, okay, let's say I have, 50 years left or whatever, 40 years. Like, what do I want that to look like? And do I want to stay with these stupid ass self perceptions that hinder me? No, I don't. It's like, okay, the time is now. Like, the time is just now. And it's not that I feel like I've wasted time. I feel like every stage of my life has been good, has been right where it should be. I got to develop best friends in elementary school. I got to, go to, I got to party like an animal in my 20s. Then I got born again. I got to experience God, and I still do. And, then experiencing, learning, experiencing eloping. So anyways, life's a journey, right? Back to my point about self-perceptions. Yeah. It's good to, I guess it's good to have those come up and have help with the grace of God to shift those in ways that serve and not destroy.